and welcome back to part 2 of the video as promised, and I'll leave the link to the first video in the description so you can have access if you are yet to watch. So in the previous video we discussed the qualities in a woman or a man that could qualify them as a good husband or wife. In this video we will discuss marriage, and in the previous video we discussed that when a good husband meets a good wife, that is when the two can make a good marriage. So what is a good marriage?
A good marriage, thank you, Reggie. A good marriage, the one in which the partners they make God the bedrock of their relationship.
Okay.
They accept each spouse for who they are. I'll respect their spouse in everything they do and say. The second, I'll resist any form of intrusion. I involve partner in decisions that are made. A, avoid carrying marital issues outside. G, guard against your tongue. That is, guard your tongue. And then E, enjoy sex. Don't endure it.
Okay, thank you very much. So you look at marriage or a good marriage with the acronym. Okay, so you said the people should make God their bedrock
of their relationship.
Can you go into details a bit?
They have to depend on God, rely on God, call on God, pray to thank God first that He has brought them this far, that it got they joined together as husband and wife. 2, they need therefore to pray, asking Him for wisdom and guidance. They need to pray to ask Him for protection. So they need in everything, even when they plan to do anything, they need to put their plan before the table of God or the altar of God in prayer. So they should everything God.
So in short, they should make God the center of the whole thing.
That is the
thing. Or the pivot around which their marriage
their relationship revolves.
Okay, that's fine. And with the A, you said they should accept each other as they are. So we should accept him as he is, accept her as she is. Can you go into details a bit?
Yes. In my view, when they enter the relationship, some of the things you expect to find in your partner may not be there. You are already husband and wife. Learn to accommodate him. Accept those weaknesses you see in him or her.
Okay.
After all, you also looking at those things, you are also full of imperfections.
That's true.
And so weaknesses and strengths, we need to accept them the way they are. Each may have an advantage somewhere along the line. So we need not despise each other because you discovered a weakness or that. We need to accept him or her. And rather help him or her to improve upon the weaknesses. And where there are excesses in the strength, to tone down those ones so that the relationship becomes harmonious coexistence.
Thank you. So the R, you mentioned respect for each other.
Yes.
Okay. So what is respect to a man, or what is respect
the
to
way they talk to each other, the way they serve each other, the way they relate to each other before people or in private, there should be some degree of respect. Humility.
Yeah.
They should regard each other as a being with body and soul.
Sure. And what you are doing to the other person, to you
should expect that if that is done, you will be happy with it.
Yeah.
If that is it, fine. Then it means you are. So respect should be what? Reciprocal. Give and take affair.
Okay. And the second R, you mentioned that they should resist any form of intrusion.
Yes. More often than not, in relationships such as marriage, you may find out that certain group of people or individuals would want to poke nose, always like to strike their neck to look at what is happening in the relationship. And at times, it comes from us, the people in the relationship,
Okay.
telling the people about their secrets.
Okay, so we create the loopholes
The
that
loophole,
people
then the people
use
get the chance to enter.
Okay.
We are saying, please for you to remain united, to remain cleaved to each other. Please don't allow any of these things in your relationship.
Well,
If you do it that way, then you are really on the road or in the journey, through journey as husband and wife. If you don't, you are betraying the relationship.
Okay. All right. And the next one is which is we should involve the partner in decision making.
Yes.
Okay.
And all plans. For example, in bed, I wake up as a husband and think that if we should do this and that, or we get this and that, it may make life more comfortable for us.
Okay.
I shouldn't keep it to myself.
Okay.
How do I get that, arrive at getting that thing? Let me table this thing. One, the desire
Okay.
before my wife. I desire that if we do this and that, and let her also come in. Even if she has nothing to contribute to the idea, let her support by saying, okay.
Alright.
Don't neglect your partner and don't sideline, marginalize him or her in your decisions you make. Neither do you also play down on his or her talent. Involve him or her. And mind you, the advice, the way she comes in, the advice which she gives, or the way she criticizes that may make the two of you take a second look at the issue and say, if we do it this way, we may end up getting good results. So, in my humble opinion, any partners in marriage should always involve each other in the decisions you take.
Okay. So the next thing is that they should avoid taking the marital issues outside. How is that different from you mentioned they should
Yes.
The previous one we said something like they shouldn't they should resist any form of intrusion. That's the one of the how is it different from this?
Let me separate it for you to see.
Okay.
Marital issues. There is a small misunderstanding between you and your wife.
Okay.
Something that the two of you can amicably resolve within. Quickly, one of you takes it out to a friend, or even the love broker, saying, "But she's the one who made the connection for me. But he or she should know about this." No.
Okay.
No. Why no? In certain cases, you may not know. After leading you to that man or to that woman, and then the two of you becoming similarly perfect in your way of doing this, he or she may be jealous or envious of the relationship.
Okay.
You carrying that issue to him or her, you've given him or her a platform to come in and coin and concoct stories to tell you to kill or reduce your interest in your partner. So desist from those things.
Sure.
Permit me to even go this far. There are some, especially the males, who may have a play group. Even when they see the wife, they see themselves in bed, the next day at their playground, people get to know that Kwame has seen the wife in bed yesterday. And these things should not be.
Okay.
So they must keep.
The reciprocal is true. Sometimes some women to go down there and say,
yes, there's something.
In fact, my husband is very bad in bed.
So that's what I mean.
Okay.
We must avoid carry any,
Alright.
be they small or big issues.
Okay. But in issues,
we should keep them between the two of us.
okay, but in instances where you think you need to talk to someone, who do you talk to? Because sometimes the issue is just beyond you, and you may end up dying in that matter. Who do you talk to?
Good. On this note, I would want to advise and suggest that before any people march to the altar, after their counseling, pre-marriage counseling,
Okay.
they should have identified a couple who are more elderly than they are and have already been in the relationship, marriage for some time, and who not much bad is heard about, for them to approach them and say, Daddy and Mommy, we have come to make a request. We've come to request you to do something for us. What is it, our children? The way you relate to each other, we admire it. And we are about to hook. That is, tie the knot at the altar as husband and wife. We therefore plead with you and to accept, or therefore throw the offer to you. Please accept us as your godchildren in marriage. When some of these things crop up, and you think they are above what you can accommodate alone, one, you have that chance to go to. This would be
so you could go to your godparents.
Godparents.
Okay.
Two, or you get to your pastor or a counselor around.
What about your counselor? The counselor, the person who took you through counseling.
You can go back to him or her for. But please, please, for goodness sake, I feel and I suggest, do not carry it to any of your relations, not even your parents. Talk less of your other siblings. Don't.
Any special reasons?
Refrain from carrying it to them for that like that special reasons. You may not be able to foretell whether after the tying of the knot they have now become, or any of them have now become envious of your union. And if you do, they have got the chance to come in and poison your mind about your partner.
Okay. Right, so the G, you mentioned that they should guard their
tongue. Your tongue. Okay. As husband and wife, mind the words you use. More especially when provoked. You must be very, very careful about choice of words. Okay. Misunderstandings, quarrels, conflicts, disputes, we call them all are what? They fall under the same umbrella. They are means of negotiating, pricing for peace. You want peace to come. And so please, please, mind when these things crop up, especially misunderstandings, mind the words you choose.
You can't take back your words again. You can't swallow your words again. So you have to know what you're saying. Guard your tongue,
please. Let me finish it up. Let me use this as an example. Proverbs 12:18. Good News Bible says, thoughtless words can wound as deeply as any known sword, but wisely spoken words can heal. Yes, if you don't weigh and mind your tongue, you may, under provocation, begin to talk without weighing the consequences, the way your partner will receive what you are saying. So, and what is it that carries that information or that feeling to your partner? It is the tongue. So mind what you say. When you are happy, when you are sad, mind what you say. When provoked, when happy, be very careful of what you say. Choice of words matters. Use words that will enhance life and not those that can hamper or kill the spirit in the relationship.
Okay, thank you very much. And the last letter is the E.
Yes.
You said they should enjoy sex.
Yes,
and not
sex is meant for married people. And so in marriage, it is an advice. They should do all. Each should give in. That is, give full self for it. Okay. Enjoy it. They shouldn't enjoy it. No, I don't advise that one. They must enjoy sex. Everybody, full participation, give and take.
Okay.
That is what it should be.
Okay.
And not one of them being passive.
Okay.
There must be active participation and not passiveness on the part of the enemy. That's my view.
Okay.
Thank you.
On this note, I have a video with a clinical health psychologist where we discuss sexual dysfunctions. So if you haven't watched that video too, I would also leave the link. I'll leave the link to that video in the description. Check it out and watch, just in case any of the married partners have some sexual dysfunctions, so that you seek for help if you need any, whether it's medical attention or you need the help of a psychologist, whatsoever. Because in marriage, sex is supposed to be enjoyed and not endured.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
It's a duty.
Okay.
It's a duty, and when it comes to that duty, you must perform that duty wholeheartedly, and it shouldn't be a kind of
wholesomely too.
Under duress.
Okay. Your last words, please.
Thank you. When we discuss the acronym for good wife and good husband, my last words to our
Viewers,
listeners is that all those who aspire to be married partners in that institution called marriage, when you enter it, please and please remember, you are united with somebody who is full of imperfections like yourself. Be ready and willing to accommodate each other and adapt to situations and learn to teach each other. In so doing, your relationship will flourish, and joy in that goes with any meaningful marriage will be yours. Thanks for your rapt attention. Goodbye.
thanks for your rapt attention. Thank you very much, and I believe you enjoyed the video. Please click on the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and leave a comment in the comment section. I would really appreciate feedback from you. Until the next video, bye.
Bye.